Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this fabulous event. We're happy you guys are here. On behalf of the beautiful bride and groom, give it up for them. How about it, huh? On behalf of Justin and Paige and John and Renee and my wonderful wife, Kim, welcome everyone. We're so happy you're here. Thank you for coming. You know, Paige, for those of you that know, first of all, let me just say to Justin, welcome, my brother. Love you.
Love you.
What took you so long? I don't know how many of you really know. I mean, I know a lot of you know Paige, but some of you might not know the background on Paige. Paige is, she's my youngest daughter, and we actually, I had a boy and a girl, and I'm like, I don't think I want to go any farther. You know, two's good for me. So my wife, she's like, no, this is not good enough. We got to have 3 kids. I've got this vision. We got to have another baby. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you 90 days, okay? 90 days. And I'm like, yeah, and you have to shake on it, you know? So we shook on it. 60 days went by. No baby, no baby. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in the free and clear. And then boom, all of a sudden, you know, Kim is pregnant, and then we have this beautiful daughter. I mean, Paige is, when she was born, she's like the cutest thing you've ever seen. I think it was Garfield. I don't know does anybody know what Paige's nickname is? Pookie. That's right. She was Pookie her whole life growing up. And she's just the cutest little thing. And we nicked her name that. And you know, she was nicknamed after the Garfield bear because she's a little brown-eyed, beady-eyed little kid, and she was just the cutest thing. Everybody knew Paige, or Pookie, should I say, and Kim and I were Pookie's mom and dad, so she knew everybody everywhere. Like, it's crazy. You know, and the thing about Paige is she's an amazing person. Not only is she smart and funny and kind, but she really cares about people. It's awesome. I mean, if you know Paige, you know, if you're a friend of Paige, you know that she cares genuinely about you. And that's so fantastic. That's such a great quality, right? I love that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple other things. So P is for Paige. P is for Pookie. P is for planning. Paige is a planner. I mean, if you're friends with her, you know she's a planner, and she's going to be, P is for prepared, right? Look at this place, right? I mean, doesn't this place look fabulous? And that's Paige. And we found out very early about Paige's planning ability. When she was 3, she was going to preschool. The first day, the night before the first day, we came into the living room, and she had all of her outfits laid out. All the bows, all the shoes, everything was absolutely perfect. And we're like, wow. I mean, we had 2 other kids, and they're they like school and stuff, but not like Paige. I mean, Paige is prepared. She's a planner, and she's going to do that. And if that wasn't enough, she laid her brother Jake's clothes out too. I mean, she's 3 years old, so she's got a great quality in that planning and preparation. And I think she chose the perfect profession for her because she's such a caring kid. And I could not have a better daughter. I mean, Kim and I are just absolutely blessed to have you in our lives. And now you, Justin. I mean, you've always been in our lives for the last 7.5 years. But, hey, you finally tied the knot. I'm proud of you, son. Good job. Good job. Good work. He's a good dude. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say give it up for my son Jake on that wedding ceremony. Was he any good or what? Huh? And so closing, I would just say a couple things of some advice from a dad to, the new bride and groom is that, listen, just do what Justin, your parents did. I mean, travel. Paige, what your parents did, travel. Be your partner's best friend. Love each other like no tomorrow. So with that, let's give a little toast. Raise your glasses. I need my glass. Give me a cup. Thank you. To Justin and Paige, may you live a life of happiness and love, and may all your days be fantastic, and may you also make Mina and Dodo again soon. So cheers to you guys. Love you.
All right, next up we have the father of the groom, Mr. Staler.
So the groomsmen last night told me the odds are minus 1,000 that I'm going to break down here. They're probably right. I would not take that bet. It's easy to present in front of people, not with a bunch of people you love. So it's tough. But one is, and Greg said this, but thank you for all of you to come here, 150 or 60 people to come here for us and for Justin and Paige. Means the world to us. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. So give yourself a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. To Greg and Kim, Ashley, Paige, Jake, thank you for the showers, for the ceremony, for everything along the way. It's been great getting to know you all a lot better over the last year. Truly appreciate it. It says a lot about who Paige is, right? You start to get to meet the people and you realize what kind of girl she is. So the bridesmaid, I know a lot of you. Some of you I didn't get to know great, but just a great group of young girls, and thank you for being here for Paige. It means the world. To her, to Justin, to us, thank you. Thank you. Traveling to Renee's shower that she had for Paige, sorry. I did not write down anything because, well, I'll get to that. The groomsmen, great group of guys. Wanted to strangle each of them at some point over the last 15 years. But we were told to get ready today at 1:45. It's 3:15. We still don't know what's going on. But we got to hear about an hour and a half of stories of things that I'm glad I heard now since I'm 50 and Justin's 30 versus when he was 18. But a great group of young guys and different points in their lives, but a lot of them are married, have kids, but they all are still tight. Thank you. You guys have always been awesome. Thank you. If I don't make eye contact with Paige, it's intentional. So I was at work about a month ago, and I got in early to write a letter for the shower. And a buddy of mine came in, he goes, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? I said, I'm writing a letter for my daughter-in-law. And he goes, you got to toughen up. He goes, it's a shower. You got a month and a half for this wedding. You got to pull it together. You're breaking down here at work in your office crying over writing a damn letter. So, I mean, look at what she did today for the wedding. I mean, she's awesome. A round of applause for what you did today. Thank you. So, and Paige hopefully remembers this, but the first time I met her, the first I saw a picture of her, and Renee said, boy, I don't know. I mean, this girl, boy, I don't know. I said, if she makes Justin happy, I think she's good. We met her one time, and I said, I think she's the one. I seen a change in Justin. So I think as a parent, what you want is your kid to be the best version of himself. He is with her. He is. She's a great big sister to Nick. She has done nothing but been amazing. I mean, through the wedding process, you know, I think the bride, it should be about her, right? She did not do it that way. Whether it's involving Renee, whether it's involving Kim, Greg and I, her family, Nick, she involved us all. And when we went over the wedding list, she said, you know, Toledo, you guys, you know, these folks have made this my home. I want those folks here. I mean, just along the way, just a huge heart. And a short story is 2 weeks ago, we were at a wedding. Nick was in the wedding for the Dunsmores, and she came back, and me and Justin are sitting there, and she goes, I invited Maya, to get ready with us today and to do her hair and to do her makeup because I just want her to be a part of this because she's dating Nick and she's family. It just says a lot about what kind of person she is. She's going to be an amazing mom. I mean, just the biggest heart and what a true feel of family. I truly love you. Renee. One is I'm glad I didn't listen to your brothers when they said to leave the first day I met you. I think they said that to every brother-in-law, by the way, for every sister that they had. I don't know how many people thought we'd be here, but I did. I'm sure you didn't along the way, and that's okay. But I always knew, every day, I knew we'd be here. You know, I think sometimes you don't get all the credit you deserve for the success of both me and the boys, but you sacrificed along the way for us. Don't think that ever goes unnoticed. Just the way you were with Paige during the last year and Justin, you know, everybody loves the fun Renee. I love the fun Renee. And I've said this, but the best PG Renee I know is the mom. That's what means the most to me. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for always sacrificing for my dreams so I can help you and the boys. Thank you. I definitely can't make eye contact here, so my boys. So Nick, when Paige and Justin met, what Paige doesn't realize is she gave me the sense of seeing my son change. And I've seen that over the last 2 to 3 months. And I really believe that there's a young lady in your life that has done that. So for you that don't know, he graduated 2 years ago. He's chasing the dream of fishing, and he started his own business. And I'm a much more structured person. So I've been supportive, but we always talk. We go to El Camino on Fridays, and he always tells Renee and Justin that he's meeting with his boss to get the preaching lesson of what he's doing right and wrong, right? But what he doesn't know is I always got his back. He has done nothing but make me proud. Just the happiness I see in him the last few months. And Maya, thank you. You're a big part of that. Yeah, and give Maya a round of applause. She deserves it. You're amazing, and I get on you. You know, I always hear these stories about, well, you can't be your best friend's, you can't be your kid's best friend. Yeah, that's not right for me. I'm not doing that. You know, Renee and the boys are the ones that I can be honest with. They're honest with me. I mean, they truly are my best friends. And the last one is Justin. God, you know, I still remember, you know, Renee's told the story multiple times now about ages and everything else about how we got together. I'm not sure if Justin knows this story, but, you know, when I was trying to get through school, trying to do all this stuff, and Renee knows this, I get up in the middle of the night stressed out, and I go sit by his crib just to give me some sense of purpose. And I'm sorry I'm breaking down, but it's who I am, so I'm okay with it. But the hobbies, and I'm so happy Paige brought up sports cards. So me and this kid would stand out at 4 a.m. in front of Targets and Myers, and Renee would always say, like, you're crazy, what are you doing? I'm like, my son's 27 years old. If I can sit out with him at 4 a.m. in front of Myers and spend money on sports cards, I will do it every day of the week. So we did that. He's almost taken this dad role when it comes to me and Nick as well. But what I see him doing when it comes to Paige and me, Renee, and Justin is when he gets an opportunity to step up and be a big brother and a son and a boyfriend and now a husband, he steps up. No matter if he agrees with us or not, he is the toughest one on Nick. But if someone does Nick wrong, he is the first one to want to drive there and call me up, and he wants to settle it. So, you know, the other piece of it is he's a very humble guy. And being in the corporate world now for a while, I think I can recognize talent, and he has it. We have a lot of conversation. I'm thinking to myself, he does not sound like a 30-year-old to me. So I know I don't tell you that enough, but you have it. You are going to do amazing things. Something, you know, it's just from where we started and seeing where he's at and seeing you be happy. I would say this: make Paige your most prized possession. Make her your most prized possession, and have a ton of grandkids. I'm ready. I agree with Greg. Like, let's get it moving. We're not doing this 7.5-year thing, but I wish you guys all the best. And I know as parents, you want your kids there, and Dayton is not in Toledo. I get that, and I understand it's tough at times. But just know, we have Paige's back. If she needs anything, we will do whatever it is for her. She has been family from day one. Hopefully you've always felt that. Paige and I have been joking a lot about making it official. It was official from the first day I met her. We always have treated her, hopefully, like our daughter, and we love her to death, and I wish you all but nothing but the best. And I've probably been going on way too long. I was told I have 30 minutes. Am I at that limit? Yeah. But please raise your glasses. Thank you again for all of you for being here. It truly means the world for me and Renee and for Paige and Justin. Thank you. Love all of you. And when I say family, you're all family. Even some of the crazy people we met on the other side of the aisle here. Love them all. So thank you. Justin and Paige, we wish you nothing but the best. We truly do want grandkids. You know that. And we want a lot of them. So we wish you all the best. Thank you, and love both of you. Thanks. Cheers.
All right, and now we're passing the mic to Nicholas, the best man. Here we go.
Nice, generous, helpful, charming, loving, thoughtful, and determined. All words that describe me, his younger brother and best man. You see, I wrote a whole bunch of nice things about my brother, but they decided to cut me out of the family dinner last night and not at the table, so I had to cut some things out of his speech. But all jokes aside, growing up with you as a younger brother, I got to learn a lot of what not to do and what to do with you being my older brother. And I'm truthfully so glad that I had you. One of the greatest memories that I had of growing up with you and Dad and our family, was way back in the day of... It's kind of started off a little interesting, but I was up the top of the stairs. I'm looking down, and my dad and brother are screaming at each other. And next thing you know, my dad's back goes through the back of the wall from my brother pushing him. And my dad had his laptop in his hand, and he Gronk Spike sitting there yelling at each other. I'm up at the top of the stairs, my hands on my head, thinking, what the heck's going on now? What's just another day? And next thing you know, my brother's gone for probably like a month or two. And it was truthfully sad. I didn't really get to see him much at the time. But I really didn't know when he was coming back or this or that. But I knew the holidays were coming up, so I knew there was a chance that he was possibly coming back with the plans that we had. And I'm not talking about Christmas or Easter. I'm talking about my 7th grade basketball season. You see, the both of them agreed to coach me a while back, so what could go wrong, right? I had both of them. So every day we probably argued a lot and definitely fought, and we definitely had our battles as a family. My mom and dad and brother, we had to drive 3 cars out every single game because we all knew we weren't driving home together. We weren't eating dinner a lot of times. We were probably eating out and arguing at dinner, but it is what it is, I still remember when my brother came back right away. It wasn't the first night he came back, we weren't even discussing the hole in the wall. We were going over plays and going over the offense for the season. We weren't discussing anything like that, so he, of course, got a pass with that. But truthfully, growing up with you, I'm truthfully so glad I had you. You always set a standard in your life to live up to, and you stepped up and beyond of your life and what you achieved. The work ethic that you created is truthfully amazing. It's hard to live up to what you've done, and I'm so happy for what you and Paige do. I'm sure you guys know from my brother's or from my dad's speech about the last few months and everything. And I was in a dark place for a while, and these two were truthfully there for me. And it's because of them that I'm able to be here today. They truthfully are the only two that probably really understand how much they mean to me and what I went through, and I'm so happy for them. But however, you always just stepped up for me, and I always knew you were there for me and Dad, and you always were there for me too, and I'm totally so thankful for what you've done for me and Justin growing up. Because of what you've done, it's the reason he was able to be my other dad, you know. And Mom, you were always there for us, and growing up, I obviously had our battles, but I always knew that you were there for us, and I'm so thankful that I've had you as a mother. The biggest thing, however, in your life that I've seen you do and what you've inspired me to do is the life that you created with Paige. I've always seen you put Paige first, and that's truthfully always something that I've wanted to do with my life and wanted to see myself be with, someone like you found. And Paige. Whew. So the beginning of everything with Paige, obviously you heard from pictures of that my mom was stalking her with. There was pictures going around of Paige not wearing much clothing that they were saying and stuff. And all I knew of Paige at the time was my brother's Snapchat stories of pizza. So of her just smashing pizza every night on a bed. So I thought she was a winner already. But ever since you came around, we always knew that you were part of our family, and we're truthfully so glad for everything that you've done for us. I still remember the first time we hung out, you picked me up and we went fishing together, just me and you, and I truthfully haven't seen her pick up a fishing rod since. Although you tricked me and we don't fish ever again, I'm so happy that you're here in our life. There's truthfully no one else I'd rather have with my brother. You're someone that has a huge heart and truthfully cares about a lot of people and everyone, and I'm so thankful that my brother has found you. I'm excited to see where your life goes and how you guys continue to grow and grow a family together. I'm ready for some Disney World trips with my family for free. But truthfully, after saying all these nice things about you, I do owe you an apology and a lot of other people in this room that have probably wondered why Justin waited so long about this wedding. It's not all his fault. A few years ago, we were out fishing. It was back when we were fishing every day together. I'll still remember I asked him, I was like, are you going fishing tomorrow? And he said, no, Paige is not allowing me to go. I got to see Paige. And next thing you know, the next morning comes around and he calls me. He goes, hey, you going fishing still? And I said, yeah, of course. And he goes, all right, I'm going. I said, what happened to Paige? He goes, she got pissed at me last night and she drove home. And I was like, what? She drove home? And I was never like, all right. Well, when we were on the boat, I asked him what happened. And he goes, I think she found out that the ring's going to be a lot longer than it was supposed to be. So as my brother's in the back of the boat stressing, I looked at him. I said, so, dude, what are you going to do? And he goes, well, dude, I'm going to have to go get a ring. I already know what I got. I'm going to go get a ring. And I just looked at him. I started laughing, and I let him know. I said, dude, it's just not your time yet. And I'm truthfully sorry for that. I should have known right there that it was a mistake. The rest of the day, he was looking out of the back of the boat, saying it over and over to himself. It's not my I mean, when I was driving home, I caught him, had the window down, and he was looking out the window saying it to the cornfield. So he was definitely going through some stuff. So I'm sorry about that. It probably should have happened a little bit sooner. But I'm truthfully so thankful for everything that you've done for him, and I'm glad that you guys found each other. So thank you, and thank you for everyone that came down for both of them. They truthfully are amazing people, and it shows with all you guys showing up for them. So thank you for that.
All right, to close the toast, we have our matron of honor, Dominica, to close the toast.
All right, good evening, everybody. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful time celebrating our favorite couple. My name is Dominica, and I have the absolute pleasure and privilege of being Paige's matron of honor. A year ago, she stood, oh God, I'm not gonna make it. She stood by my side and is my absolute best friend. Okay, I'll try to make it through this. Now I could stand up here for hours and hours telling you countless stories about Paige, our friendship, and Justin might even make it in there too. But I know we all want to get to the party, and unlike Justin, I won't drag this out. When I began thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, it was so challenging because I don't know how to put Paige into words. But I quickly realized it's not about what makes her so special, but rather how she makes us all feel. Paige, you are outwardly spontaneous, fun, you're caring, you're passionate and oh so loyal, and you radiate warm energy inside and out. I think we can all attest that you being a part of our lives makes us all better for it. 11 years ago in Toledo, Paige and I met in an elevator in Parks Tower, And unlike you and Justin, it was not love at first sight, as some may know. But we quickly became inseparable as we navigated the craziness of our college careers together. We were always each other's safe space, whether it was from boys, broken bones, drama, and many, many cell phones. Justin, I really hope you have phone insurance for her. And everything in between. Fast forward to fall of 2016. 2 weeks before the tailgate that started their love story, Paige was telling me she's absolutely done until she graduates with boys. She's not doing it. She's going to move home. She's going to start work and go from there. Well, next thing you know, I find myself curling her hair for their first date. And that was the start of Justin forever being part of our lives. And yes, I say ours, because Justin knows we're a package deal. Most people grow apart in long-distance friendships, but somehow ours grew even stronger, living miles and miles away from each other. From daily texts about the small things to something as big as being my big phone call about my baby boy, even about before my husband. Sorry. Justin, there's about a 95% chance that that happens to you, and I'm sorry, but we can't help it. Justin. Oh, Justin. I have watched you loved Paige from the moment that you came into her life. I see how you look at her and how you appreciate her and understand her, how you always take care of her and spoil her on any given day without an occasion. Thank you for not only being an amazing man to Paige, but for always showing me the same love and care when we're together. I've gotten the pleasure of watching your relationship grow from Toledo tailgate to now, and I've never known two more perfect people for each other. You both absolutely bring out the best in each other, and I'd like to think I know a lot about Paige, but I don't think I could have picked a better person for her. I've seen you love Paige and love her through the good times and the worst times, and I know that you being by her side, she'll always be taken care of. Paige, you will always be the lime to my tequila, because when life gives us a shot of something hard to swallow, you don't make it go away, but you sure make it go down a lot easier. And you're always there to take it with me. Tonight, the world looks a little sweeter because my best friend found a best friend for life. I love you so much, my lime. Now, everyone, please join me in raising a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Staler. I wish you both lots of love today and beyond and a lifetime of happiness and adventure together. I love you. Cheers.
First, we just wanted to thank everybody that was able to make it out tonight. This is obviously an awesome turnout. It's been a great week. I obviously don't get too emotional when it comes to things outside of Paige or my brother, but this has been a seriously humbling week to see all of you guys here supporting us. So thank you from the bottom of our heart. Greg here? Greg around? Greg in the bathroom? Greg's right there. Greg, Kim, thank you guys for the continuous support over the last 7.5 years. I got to be honest, I don't know what the hell you guys were thinking, leaving her in Toledo with 23-year-old Justin. I'm glad it all worked out, but seriously, thank you guys. You guys have been awesome, so thank you. Mom, Dad, I'm sure you guys probably never thought this day would come. But thank you for the continuous support. Ever since you guys have met Paige, you have always treated her like a daughter. Sometimes I even question which one of us are your kid. But thank you for everything. And everyone else, seriously, this is awesome. Thank you, and let's have one last good night.